Hello everyone, welcome to round number 5 of the Jegs Race of Champions here at the Darlington Raceway. 16 drivers once again don the track, and it is Jose Perez and Alex Beniaco once again on the front row. Of course, the two things to note here, Daniel Elliott now takes his streak in the 00 after Cordell Smith ran very good 3 strong races, and Darlington winner from the CRTS, DJ Curtis, is in the fan vote car this week. Let's go down trackside for the commands to fire the engines, 56 laps at Darlington.
Drivers, start your engines!
That the engines are fired. 16 drivers ready to take to the track here at Darlington. It is Jose Perez, Alex Beniaco on row 1 with Anderson Reed, Diego Yepes row 2, Colton Lane, and the 99 of Brady Burkhart, then Matty Porta, Jake Galloway, Alex Kraft, Austin Johnson, Jay Jefferson, DJ Curtis, Kalen Nosler, Sebastian Kuklon, Daniel Elliott, points leader Zachary DeLello. It's going to be an exciting 54 laps here, or 56 laps here at Darlington, and it's sure to be fast-paced. 16 drivers, 56 laps. The Darlington Raceway put on a great show earlier this season in the CRTS. Here they come down the front straightaway. Jose Perez versus Alex Beniaco. Green flag is in the air. We're racing at Darlington. Sideline breaking up a bit, but Jose Perez jumps out to a very early lead. Great start there for the 35 team. After Watkins Glen, he was on probation for the remainder of the season after some actions detrimental to racing there. Now he's leading at Darlington coming out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, though, Alex Beniaco and now Anderson Reed line up in the top 3. Diego Yepes looking to take 4th, and Brady Burkhart should get into 5th. They are 2 wide coming on through. 3 wide, possibly further back. There's a couple guys on the lower line. I believe that is Alex Kraft. Stacking up the bottom line with Jay Jefferson, Kalen Nosler, and then you see the top 2 in points, the RBSTS team Daniel Elliott and Zachary DeLello last. But there they go, rushing off through turns 1 and 2, the wider open area, all single file right now at least. But down the back straightaway here at Darlington, under the lights for 56 laps, they are all going at it. Now you got Alex Beniaco trying to gain on up, but Austin Johnson moves around Jake Galloway. These two fighting for this spot. That is for the 8th position. Battle for the race lead happening, though, as there goes Alex Beniaco, clear of Jose Perez, and Anderson Reed moves himself into 2nd. Jose Perez back to 3rd, but now Diego Yepes in that 77 looking down to the inside. And they're going to make contact. Jose Perez into the inside wall in the 35, back up into the traffic. Hopefully they get through. No, 1 car's in it as well. That's Sebastian Kuklon. Kuklon, he is in the top 5 in points. A great run in the JROC, and his day done. Heavy damage to that 12 car. Jay Jefferson might have gotten it as well, but DeLello and Daniel Elliott make it out. Jose Perez, his JROC run still going bad. He has heavy damage to that 35. Most likely would be taking that car out. But Sebastian Kuklon, heartbreak for him. He's running inside the top 5 in points, but heavy contact for that 12 team. What this started with was Jose Perez coming off of the corner. Diego Yepes just right there with him, and he comes down, gets hooked by Yepes, head on into the inside wall, and then he's going to slide back up. Nowhere for Sebastian Kuklon to go. Heavy hit for the 12. Takes them out of this race. 2 drivers in the first crash. Back around to take the green flag here at Darlington. 14 cars are left on the track. There are 5 drivers with damage in this field. Jake Galloway, Zachary DeLello, Kalen Nosler, Daniel Elliott, Jay Jefferson, they all have damage from that, getting up into the wall, getting some damage to the front as well from all the debris. But Kuklon and Perez out. Perez will finish last for the 3rd time this season so far. Alex Beniaco leads us down. Behind him, Anderson Reed. Green flag's back in the air. 14 drivers still in the fight here at Darlington as we are back racing. 8 of 56 will be complete next time by, so we're already a bit of a way through this race, but some great racing left. Top 3 get out to a breakaway away from Diego Yepes. Matty Porta, now Colton Lane in the 14 is going to look down to the inside. There you see the tire marks of Jose Perez sliding back up the track, but Colton Lane on the bottom of Anderson Reed, now looking for the race lead on Alex Beniaco. Beniaco hasn't had that much luck this season. Perez has had worse luck, but Alex Beniaco, he has been pretty much in the back 2 spots this entire season so far, but he's out in front right now, at least trying to show that he has some potential, has some speed. Further back, Anderson Reed getting freight trained. You see everyone just lining up to the inside, moving right along. You also see back there the 48, 57, 17. They have some damage to the right side and the left side, just trying to get around that crash. All 14 cars still under a blanket here at Darlington as they rush off of turn number 4. Diego Yepes now right behind Colton Lane, but Matty Porta is going to dive under in that number 20. Porta, of course, the sensation in the chase this season, coming from being the 10th seed all the way up to 2nd in the final standings. Now you got Burkhart and Johnson right behind him. That's 4th and 5th. Colton Lane, though, in the 14 right on the back of Alex Beniaco, trying to make a move. Diego Yepes up to the outside wall. That's a heavy hit for the 77, and that looks like he will have his Darlington stripe of the day. Zachary DeLello, though, look at this 57. Some damage to that car, but he is moving very, very quickly up the order. He's all the way up into the 7th spot now. A great run for Zachary DeLello. Galloway, Nosler now on the bottom. You got Daniel Elliott back there. Anderson Reed has now dropped back to the 13th out of 14 spots. Now fighting Jay Jefferson. Reed almost bounces off the wall as well. Up front, though, the top 4 starting to break away. That's Alex Beniaco, Colton Lane looking to the outside. Matty Porta, Brady Burkhart. They are in a pack of 4 lane to the top of the track, but that will not work. Down in turn 1, that definitely will not work. Porta and Burkhart move into 2nd and 3rd. Austin Johnson up to 5th. DJ Curtis, he won this race for Diego Yepes Incorporated as the rookie driver in the Crown Royal Truck Series in just his 3rd start in the series. He went on and won Texas World and Darlington. He was fan voted into this race, performing very well in a 6th place run. 3 cars in the back. That's Kalen Nosler, Anderson Reed, Daniel Elliott, and Jay Jefferson. They all go spinning down the front straightaway, so we'll have that race back to the line. Alex Beniaco now, Porta and Burkhart making some contact. Brady has some rear end damage, I think. Maybe it has some rear end damage. And some front-end damage, but that might just be a glitch of the game as well. Alex Beniaco in the 53, he's going to pull himself back into the race lead. A great performance so far. He leads us back around at Darlington to take the caution here on lap 14. The reason for this caution, Diego Yepes is up in the wall, forces Daniel Elliott down a little bit, and he's going to actually come down into Nosler. They hook into the wall, back into Anderson Reed. Jay Jefferson gets a piece of it. They all spin down the front straightaway. A big crash here to bring out the 2nd caution. Getting ready to go back green. It will be 18 of 56 through this race, and our 2nd caution with 5 drivers, only 1 has retired. That is Anderson Reed. Alex Beniaco leads us down with Matty Porta 2nd, Brady Burkhart 3rd, and 4th Colton Lane, 5th Austin Johnson. In 6th sits the 55 of DJ Curtis, 7th Alex Kraft, 8th Zachary DeLello, 9th Jake Galloway, 10th Kalen Nosler. In 11th is Jay Jefferson, 12th Cordell Smith, Daniel Elliott, 13th Diego Yepes. Looks like those guys went back down pit road, tried to at least repair their cars a little bit, so we'll see how it goes. Alex Beniaco, Matty Porta, Brady Burkhart leading us down. It is 13 cars left in still over 3/4 of the way to go. Coming down to take the green flag, Alex Beniaco leads us down. We're racing once again at Darlington. To the back, Jefferson and Daniel Elliott going to make an early move, I believe, on Kalen Nosler at the back. We'll go back and take a look at that. As you see, that's 17. He's up inside the top 4 in standings, I believe, in the 3rd place, and now he has some damage, so he's dropping to the back. But the way this race has already gone, we've seen some pretty crazy racing. Colton Lane now down on the inside of Brady Burkhart. That's for the 3rd position. Flyby as they come through 3 and 4. All 13 cars left in this race, still under a blanket after this first lap restart. But Alex Beniaco pulling away in that 53. Right now, Porta and Burkhart fighting right behind him. Colton Lane getting a little bit of a nudge there from teammate in the NSDCA, Austin Johnson. Of course, those two earlier on this season at Gateway in the Mountain Dew Custom Series, they weren't really acting like teammates. They weren't acting like friends at all. But both of those guys coming back to the Mountain Dew Custom Series next season, sure to be championship contenders once again. Big run with Brady Burkhart on the outside, or Matty Porta, sorry. He's in the dark green one. He's going to actually clear Austin Johnson, slot back in. So 2nd through 6th kind of running in nose-to-tail fashion in the draft. Alex Beniaco pulling away, though, to a pretty commanding lead. Then you got Alex Kraft, Zachary DeLello, Jake Galloway back here, and a couple more of the guys who have been involved in crashes kind of spreading out at the back. Colton Lane now moving up to 2nd. He is on the move, on the charge towards the front. This 14 team really looking to get their first JROC win. Again, remember, if you win a race in the JROC in the previous season, you are locked in to next season's JROC. However, the JROC has not confirmed if they will be running a 3rd season after this. Colton Lane and Brady Burkhart down the back straightaway, though. They are 2nd and 3rd, trying to chase down Alex Beniaco, and Colton just sent it into the corner. Top 4 getting a bit spread out away from the pack, but it is single file right behind Austin Johnson with the 55 of DJ Curtis. Alex Kraft right nose to tail with them. Looks like they might be trying to mount a charge on Austin. No, they will not. Johnson will actually pull away. Further back, Yepes passes Jefferson. Now he's on the back of Jake Galloway. He already got into Jose Perez once this race. Let's see if he can go 2 for 2 for those drivers. Colton Lane now on the inside. He's going to clear Alex Benyako for the race lead. So Benyako drops to 3rd. Colton Lane moves himself up into 1st. But Benyako fighting back on that outside line. What a run against Brady Burkhart there. And he will get himself back into 2nd. A great charge off of turn number 4. The top 5 now starting to break away. 23 of 56 through this race. We're going to go ahead and take you guys to a commercial break and bring you guys back to the action at Darlington in the JROC very shortly. Back live here at Darlington in the JROC, and right now we've had a couple changes for the lead. Colton Lane led as we went to break, but then Alex Benyako, Brady Burkhart worked their way around them. Burkhart took the lead and led for a good few laps. But now here on lap 31 of 56, Alex Benyako back to the race lead. You can see the distance now as the field's starting to spread out. Up front it is Alex Benyako, Colton Lane, and Brady Burkhart. Now Zachary DeLello, he started 16th in this race. He's up to 4th. Won at Daytona earlier this season, has been the points leader since Daytona. He started on the pole at Daytona and has led the points basically the entire time. So Zachary DeLello, very strong, looking for that championship here in the JROC. Austin Johnson back there in the 3. He is 5th. 6th is now Jake Galloway. 7th, Jay Jefferson. 8th is the 55 of DJ Curtis. 9th, Diego Yepes. 10th is Daniel Elliott. 11th, Matty Porta. Alex Kraft got into the wall, and he's back in 12th. And Kalen Nosler with some heavy damage. He's 13th. But Alex Benyako trying to show him up and show that he deserves to be in the JROC by winning today. Jose Perez still out of this one. He was 16th in the standings and still will be. Perez has not scored more than 5 points this season with his finishes. His best finish being at Bristol. He has not scored that many points. I believe he does have more than 5, though, but still is last in the championship. Brady Burkhart now clears Colton Lane. That is for the 2nd position. Now you got Zachary DeLello, Austin Johnson trying to push their way up. Johnson looking for a move on DeLello. DeLello not really letting him get to the bottom, though, and a little bit of contact there between those two. Austin Johnson trying to pull a gateway there and trying to wreck the driver that's in front of him. As they go right now, there's Colton Lane in that 14. He is sitting in the 3rd spot. A very strong run today, a very strong performance. Has led some laps, but right now Zachary DeLello in this 57 is the man that the fans are going crazy for. He has been just moving up the field consistently, and he's now in the 4th position right behind Colton Lane. Has Austin Johnson to the back of him. They are fighting for this 4th spot, and DeLello, what a drive it would be from 16th to 1st if he could win this race. Galloway and Jay Jefferson right behind. Now Austin Johnson going to try to make a move on DeLello. That might halter that progress a little bit. We still have over 20 laps to go left in this race. We had 2 crashes within the first 14 laps. What will we have in this last 20? Now DeLello, he might drop a spot back to Jay Jefferson, but Alex Benyako putting on a show right now. Has led the most laps out of anyone. Has a pretty sizable lead over Burkhart, but even Brady's went away pretty quickly when Benyako and Lane work together. Alex Benyako, though, out in the race lead in this number 53, enjoying himself, just getting some practice time at this track. This track will be on the Crown Royal Truck Series schedule, just like last season, where it was complimented for how good the race was. We had a bit of a pile-up at the beginning with A.J. Jones flipping wildly down the racetrack, but we had one of the longest green flag stints of the season here in the late race, and it came down to DJ Curtis playing some fuel strategy, getting around Blake Maurice and Diego Yepes, and almost driving smoothly to victory before he got tangled up with Matthew Eves in turn 1 with just 2 laps to go in the race. They spun, he went on, got it back around, and still beat Diego by about half a second. It was a great finish to the season and one of the best memories of season number 4. Alex Benyako, though, might be setting one up for the JROC. He has Brady Burkhart catching him, and these two have been fighting all race long. Colton Lane's now dropped back to Austin Johnson, and if I was Lane, I'd be wary about that guy right behind me. But another driver in here, the Mountain Dew Custom Series guys really throwing some speed up here. Anderson Reed was strong early on. Now we got Jake Galloway, Austin Johnson, Colton Lane, and Alex Benyako, 4 of the big 5 from this season in the Mountain Dew Custom Series. They are all inside the top 5, of course, with Anderson Reed now being out of the race. Zachary DeLello, though, in that 57, do not count him out. He is still fast. He might not win this race. He's really closing out of time, 2.5 seconds behind the race leaders of Benyako and Burkhardt right now. But that is the battle there. Benyako using that outside line. He's been very strong on the outside coming out of 3 and 4. This could be very good for him to try to keep this lead. We still have 17 laps to go at Darlington, though. The question is, last week, we did not think that they would have to pit at Bristol, but they did. Now they're trying to last here at Darlington. Hopefully they will, because if fuel strategy comes into play, that could be pretty shocking. We never had the pit strategy in the JROC, but I guess the teams have now brought their own teams out to fuel and pit these cars just in case they end up having to service the cars under green flag conditions. Jake Galloway now right on the back bumper of Austin Johnson. That's for 4th and 5th. You got Zachary DeLello back in 6th in the 57. 7th, Jay Jefferson. He was caught up early in a crash. EJ Curtis not doing real strong, but his first time in a JROC car, up in 8th at Darlington, doing very well for himself. 9th is Matty Porta, 10th Diego Yepes, 11th Daniel Elliott. And Elliott not really running where Cordell was. Cordell finished top 5 in every race this season that he drove. He has the best average finish out of anyone from those 3 races. Daniel Elliott right now in 11th, and at Daytona it wasn't much better. So this 00 team, they are 2nd in points, the Red Bull Short Track Showdown guys are, and Daniel Elliott has to carry them these next 2 races. Most likely, though, Cordell Smith will drive the 00 for the Atlanta finale, because both RBSTS guys get to run 3 races: Darlington, Daytona, and Indy for for Daniel Elliott. Cordell Smith drove the last 3 at Auto Club, at Bristol, and at the other track at Watkins Glen. Yes. But we're going back up to the front watching this battle. Benyako and Burkhardt pulling away. Jake Galloway now up into the 3rd spot. Colton Lane starting to fade in the late runs, but Austin Johnson all over the back of Jake Galloway. That's for 3rd and 4th. This could be a battle brewing up, especially with how Austin Johnson drives. And we do make note of that because at the end of the season, he was just driving very, very aggressively. And it might have cost Mid-South Automotive their chance at the title. Now Austin Johnson down to the inside on Jake Galloway. That's a battle for the 3rd spot. Johnson's trying to get himself under there, trying to clear Galloway as they go side by side. But you got back there Colton Lane just waiting in the wings. These two going side by side is very good for Burkhardt and Benyako, though. They get to continue to drive away. Alex Benyako, though, very strong run. It's down now to 12 laps to go at Darlington, and we are just hoping that he could win this race. It'd be a great turnaround for this 53 driver in comparison, because he really has not had the best JROC campaign, seated right now 15th in the standings. Great run for Benyako so far. Burkhardt up in 2nd. Now you got Galloway, Lane, and Johnson fighting once again for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We saw this a lot in the Mountain Dew Custom Series this season, and they're carrying it into the JROC with some great on-track action here. Now Galloway around on the outside of Austin Johnson. Will he look down to the bottom on Colton Lane and try to get them both? No, he won't. He'll just tuck in behind Lane. These 3 drivers put on a show this season in the MDCS. Jake Galloway claiming a record-setting 4 wins, tying him with Diego Yepes on the Mountain Dew Custom Series all-time wins list, as well as being the first driver to go 2 in a row in the Mountain Dew Custom Series, winning at Talladega and Kansas to finish off his championship campaign, as well as the first driver to win 4 races in one season in the Mountain Dew Custom Series. Austin Johnson, he won 2 races in the late stages of the season, and Colton Lane was just consistent the entire year, but he only had that 1 win at Sonoma. Now he's trying to prove himself as he's driving here. He's going to drive some Crown Royal Truck Series races. We'll be back in that number 14 for the Mountain Dew Custom Series. Looking back up front now, Benyako has Burkhardt right on his back bumper again. They're going to be fighting for these spots. But Benyako very strong out of 3 and 4. He's continuing to lead. 9 laps to go at Darlington. Can Benyako hang on, hold off Brady Burkhardt, and win this race? He's been out in front for the last 20 straight laps. He's trying to get this one for the team. Colton Lane 3rd, Austin Johnson 4th, Galloway 5th, but Zachary DeLello, it looks like his progress has halted around the top 5 position. Maybe he'll be able to get up there and challenge those Mountain Dew Custom Series guys. Jefferson 7th, Yepes 8th, Daniel Elliott now up to 9th, and Matty Porta back to 10th. Curtis has dropped to 11th, Alex Kraft 12th, Kalen Nosler 13th. You see the damage on that 17 is slowing him down. He is very close to the 53, but he still has about the back straightaway over him. So if this green flag run's been about 30 laps, I don't think Nosler will be caught by Benyako. But this 53 team, they're just trying to hang on. It will be 7 laps to go this time by for Benyako in the 53. He has a 0.6 of a second lead over Burkhart, trying to hang on, but a little slower through 3 and 4 there. Colton Lane, Austin Johnson, Jake Galloway fighting at the back. I don't think they're going to be able to catch these two unless they really start fighting each other. But Burkhart, he's going to gain back on Benyako quick. That draft is what helps him. Also, Benyako being so poor in 1 and 2 is where Brady gets that run down the back straightaway. But 3 and 4, Alex Benyako can defend him. The other question is, can he hold on for 6 more laps at Darlington? Benyako and Burkhart pulling away. The battle for third is raging with Lane, Johnson, and Galloway. They're nose to tail back there. But they are not going to be able to catch these two without an unforeseen circumstance arising. Now, Benyako, he's trying to hang on. Just has a couple car lengths over Burkhart, but he pushes it too high through 1 and 2. 3 and 4, you could use the outside lane on the coming off of the corner. But 1 and 2, it's just too wide open or too flat out to really mount a charge on the outside. Burkhart now, he has the run. He's on the back bumper of Benyako. This might be the pass for the win right here. Burkhart now dives down to the inside. Benyako can't do anything. Into 1 and 2, they're side by side, and Benyako will lose the lead. Burkhart takes it away. We're going to have 4 laps to go this time by. Now, Benyako, can he win this race? He has to hold on and try to catch Burkhart once again. It took him a while to catch Brady, though, and he doesn't have the aid of Colton Lane. Austin Johnson clear into 3rd. I don't think he has enough to catch up there. Now you got the battle for 5th is screwing up. That's Galloway, DeLello, Jefferson, and Yepes. Then the rest. Nothing else going on at the back. Benyako is back to the back bumper of Burkhart. Here they go through 1 and 2. He stays a little lower, but just does not get the run off the corner that Brady does. Back up to about 2 car lengths. Now it's going to be 3 laps to go. Next time by, can Alex Benyako get back around Burkhart, try to win this race? These two will be teammates in the Season 5 in the Crown Royal Truck Series. But Benyako right on the back of Burkhart. Just about half a car length between the bumpers. Down the front straightaway. Down into turn 1 and 2. Not going to be able to get the move done. Burkhart goes back out and stretches the lead once again. Alex, though, is able to reel him back in. A great 1 and 2 for Benyako. Now he has the run off of the corner, down to the bottom, and down side by side into turn 3. Can he do it? The inside line hasn't been that strong for Alex. Brady might be able to use that outside line. No, he won't. And Alex Benyako takes the lead once again. But Brady coming back on the outside line, trying to do the crossover possibly. Gets down, sucks up to the back of him. 2 laps to go at Darlington. Benyako in the lead, but he does not have a big gap. Burkhart's going to make some contact with them. They make contact now. 2 to go. Coming to the white flag. Can Alex Benyako hang on? Burkhart staying right on the back bumper, tucked up to the bumper. Now Alex, 3 and 4 is his bread and butter on this track. 1 and 2, though, is better for Brady. Coming off of the corner, the white flag in the air. Alex Benyako trying to win it. Austin Johnson, he's closing in, but I don't think he has the time. Benyako has opened another 3 car lengths on him, but Brady, a very strong turn 1 and 2. He lets go. Benyako with the better run off the corner. He opens up about a 4 car length lead, and that might be it. Brady's going to have an immaculate 3 and 4, but it's not going to be enough. Alex Benyako, a horrible JROC season, comes to the end here with just 3 races to go. He wins at Darlington. A fantastic battle to the end. Alex Benyako gets it. What a run for this 53 team. The bright pink 53 goes to victory lane, and that is a major turnaround for his season. 15th in the standings coming into this. He's sure to pick up some spots, but Brady Burkhart in that 99 was also at the back of the points. He'll be picking up some as well. Austin Johnson closing in on Zachary DeLello's points lead, as well as Colton Lane. But DeLello comes home P6 after starting P16, getting in some incidents. Great end to the race for DeLello, and Alex Benyako being his old driver, the 53, of course being a Zachary Racing number staple, brought upon by DJ Gibson. But Alex Benyako brings home the victory in the JROC at Darlington. A couple crashes at the beginning, but a green flag stint all the way to the end with a great battle between Alex Benyako and Brady Burkhart to end it off. 2 races left, Indianapolis and Atlanta, before we crown our JROC Season 2 champion. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time on the NSDCA.